Hello, Internet. Tammy here, lilaccitysoapery. So, I want to talk to you guys about what I'm doing in this particular video. I do something a little bit different. You see me pouring in my olive oil or my liquid oil at that moment, and I'm pouring it right into the other oils and my lye water that's already been mixed up. So, I've discovered a new way of doing putting together my lye water and my oils, and it's room temperature. I don't have to wait on the lye to cool down and the oils to melt and all that craziness. I'm too impatient for all that, and I did that for a long time until I discovered this method. So what I do is I put my solid oils in one bucket and measure out my lye and make sure the lye crystals are all in the water, and then pour it directly into, while it's still hot, into the solid oils. And I keep my liquid oils separate. So then when the heat of the lye water, it melts your solid oils. And then when all of those are melted, then I incorporate my liquid oils. And by the time I do that, it's basically room temperature. It's usually in the 80s or in the 90s usually. So not quite room temperature, but just makes such for a quicker process. So I was thinking that perhaps this is increasing or advancing my trace. This soap, you will see, the trace goes like quick. In fact, it doesn't seize, but it is pudding, let me tell you, and it's quick. And it did it on the last soap too, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Well, come to find out, it's not my method. It is a certain ingredient, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking it's TD. You're thinking it's titanium dioxide. No, it's not. So here I've sped this up just a little bit so you guys don't have to be bored watching me do this. But the ingredient that I'm using is olive oil pomace. It's a little bit cheaper. It's still olive oil. It's just a second pressing. It's really good. It still has all the wonderful properties as EVOO would, for example. But it's cheaper. Make no mistake, it's cheaper. But it makes your trays go faster. And I learned that on Blue-Beary. Love them. And I thought, well, that's got to be the problem. And then right on top of it, I add titanium dioxide, which makes your trays go faster. And it's just compounded. So with this soap, you'll see the blue is beautiful, really fairly liquidy, a little bit, the trace is coming, you can see it. The white, the blue, and the yellow. I'm adding my scent here. And I usually am pretty good about, or pretty lucky, I should say, about adding scents that don't increase your trace really quick. They're usually pretty good. I don't have that worry usually. But I couldn't figure out why I kept getting pudding. And finally, I did some reading and found out it was my oil. Okay, well, I like my oil. I like the pomace. I have a ton of it, so it's not like I can just not use it. So I've incorporated other ways of keeping that liquid as long as possible, using little to no TD if possible, and decreasing it a little bit, the pomace, the olive oil pomace, and increasing a couple of the other oils. So anyway, here I am. You're going to see how thick it is here in a second. I start with the white, and it's kind of thick. Oh yeah, here we go. It starts. And I'm thinking, God, what am I doing wrong? I've been doing this forever. What am I doing wrong? So finally we figured out it was the oil. So you'll see me beating it into submission. And then the blue is pudding. Here, I scrape it out. It's just pudding. It's beautiful pudding, but pudding. Regardless, I would almost say it's not a seize, but dang, that's close. So, yeah, not good, not happy. But what are you gonna do? So it ended up turning out okay. I put in the yellow. And I swirl it a little bit and try and make some such out of it. And you'll see in a bit that I just it got so thick I couldn't do anything with it. So yeah, beating it again. Ugh. I had big plans for this soap. I was going to put. I made out of melt and pour these little blue. You can see this blue, red, and purple little. They're teddy bears. I got this mold that has. They look like gummy bears. It's for gummy bears, but I put melt and pour in them, and I thought, oh god, that would be so cute to put into the soap. And I was gonna dot the melt and pour little teddy bears in the soap all the way through it. Just it was just gonna be so pretty. And nothing ever happens the way I plan it. Excuse me, but I guess that's the best part about soap is no, it doesn't turn out sometimes the way you'd like it. Oh, look at yeah, that's almost a seize. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. So anyway, we're trying to make the best of it. But yeah, like I was saying, you try and do your absolute best with soap, and it turns out how it's going to turn out, and you just kind of make the best of it. It smells amazing. It's very pretty, so I guess that's all you can ask for. So here I'm dolloping, and now it's really super thick, the blue on top, and then I put a layer of yellow. And, if I'd have known about the olive oil pumice, I might have made a different choice. But since I have so much of it, I'm going to continue on and get it going. No, I'm just giggling to see me trying to work it out, and I can just hear myself saying, "Oh God, what am I going to do with this? Look how thick this is." My mom's in the room, and so I'm complaining to her about how thick it is, and what are we going to do with this? And it's just going to turn out horrible, and she's forever my positive mom. She's like, "Oh no, it'll be fine. Soap's an adventure, and you just make the best of it." And she's forever positive about it, and I'm the grunter and groaner about how good or how bad it looks. So anyway, so here I come back with a spoon, thinking, oh well, I could do something with the spoon. No, maybe I'll do the skewer instead. So I try and mix up the blue and the yellow a little bit, which actually didn't turn out too bad. It's a little spiky. It's kind of cute. And then, darn it, I am bound and determined to put those teddy bears on there. Bound and determined. So I do. I put one for each little teddy bear. They're so cute. And the bears themselves aren't scented. I figured it would be overwhelming. And I can use the bears for any soap. So if I keep them unscented, then I can use them for anything. And then I decide to put a little spattering of blue mica on top and swirl that around just a little bit to make it a little cuter. And spray it with alcohol and hope for the best. And I think my mom and I unmolded this about 24 hours later. And you'll see the cut on this video too. Of course, I always got to put the glitter on. So I did. Trying to get you a better look. Here comes the glitter. Even glitter, I think glitter can make a bad bar look pretty good. Can't go wrong with glitter. So there he is, my little bears. So let's get to the cut, and we'll see how bad or good it looks. That's the end piece right there. So I'm going to cut the end piece off. It's not bad. I mean, end pieces are end pieces. Now the bottom swirl didn't turn out too bad, the deeper we get. But I've got glycerin rivers, and I have discovered that TD causes glycerin rivers like nobody's business. I don't mind the glycerin rivers per se. Some people say they look like marble. It's just aesthetics. It still works well. Beautiful swirl there. Very nice. It's just like I say, the TD is just aesthetics. The glycerin river is just is an aesthetics problem. But some people like them, some people don't. So I don't know. It's pretty, I guess. We're always our own worst critic, aren't we? So I went to my daughter and asked her about what she thought of a good name. And after she looked at it, she goes, "Oh, well, that's easy, Mom. Blue-Beary. Beary. Blue-Beary." I thought that was great. She's very punny. So this is Blue-Beary. That's what this is. And you can, there's some good close-ups of it. You can find it in my Etsy shop, lilaccitysoapery. I'm also on Facebook. And I have an Instagram account. And I would love to hear from you. Those will be on pretty soon. So thanks a lot.